Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Championship Ringside is back again. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to by support. Shout out to by showing love, man. Shout out to shouting out. Look, Blizzard Blaze here. You already know the tags: Facebook Championship Ringside, Instagram Championship _Ringside, Twitter Champ Ringside. All that. It's gonna be in the description box later. We're getting straight into the basketball. I feel like that introduction be too long. You gonna introduce yourself today?
Yeah, I'm the bully. I'm coming over here. Look, I'm pushing to get these shows to happen like 2 or 3 times a week. You dig? But this young man needs a week to recover. So I understand that, and real life happens as well. But aside from that, I'm bringing y'all basketball content on the Instagram side. Y'all can follow me at, you see the name. And this is just like a back. This is like a inside look at some of the debates that we have. Just taking it from text to a platform. So let's get it.
Just throwing it out there. It's a Sunday, so the line we're not doing here, man. We're not doing for the line. I was about to start off with a prep, but you didn't mess that up. We started off bad, but it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna ease into this. All right. So straight into heavy basketball, everybody. Let's go with the question of the day. That's what the first text message is about, right?
Yeah.
Morning text message. Text message of the day, photo of the day, question of the day. The question of the day. Who is better? And you can correct me if I'm wrong. Who is better? Who would be better? LeBron in the 90s? Train. Sorry. LeBron in the 90s or Jordan in the 2010s? So, tell you what, while the train passing, I'm going to let you split your case. So,
all right,
who you got?
I got you. So, obviously, I got the GOAT in the 2010s. And the reason being is the way that 2010s basketball has been constructed, it is a more friendly basketball to the perimeter players. On the offensive side, you have way more spacing, you have less physicality, and when it comes down to that, you basically are giving Michael Jordan 4 3-point shooters, and you're asking him to go one-on-one with the defense. So I think that's a recipe for dominance, which Michael Jordan has dominated in an era that was more congested when it comes down to the lane. You're giving him his strengths. You're making his strengths stronger. So that's just simple. Now the thing is, I believe that this is not like exclusive to Michael Jordan as far as his talent. I think perimeter players in general would do better in the 2010s than they did in the earlier days. Now, one of the things that the great Kobe Bryant said about LeBron James is that he doesn't like contact. As big as he is, he does not like contact. Now, we can go with these what if scenarios saying like if LeBron was born in the 60s and he was playing in the 80s, that he would like contact because that's the way that he would have come up in the game. We can do that what if scenario, and we could also do the what if scenario if Jordan was born in this era, that he would be a better 3-point shooter. But that's not what we're going by. We're going by the actual them playing the game in the era as their talent is constructed. And what I'm saying, as their talent is constructed, like LeBron, as big as he is, he does not like physicality. You're going to condense the lane where you wind up having you have more value at the center position, so you have more valuable shot blockers in the 90s era, so in the era that he played in, and you have more physical players and you have less 3-point shooting. So I think LeBron in that era would be less successful. Would he be the best in that era? Absolutely. Would he still be greatest? Would he still be Mount Rushmore? Absolutely. I think he would be the GOAT until Michael Jordan came onto the scene still. But I just think that when it comes down to LeBron James, he would not do as well as people think he would do in that era because of him not liking physicality, the lane being more congested. They would certainly call way more travels on him than they do in this era, and Michael Jordan would be able to get away with more stuff than he did in his era. So that's just my little, you know, rant real quick.
Okay, that was cool. That was I guess So yeah, if you want to go by factual, you want to go by um what we actually know. Okay, if LeBron don't like contact, that's fine. But you know what's crazy? He still go through it every time. Maybe until recent when he started trying to finesse around the lane, started becoming more of a shooter. That's when you could say he really started avoiding contact. But LeBron never really avoided contact. And let's let's try to keep it in what we know about. If I'm assuming we're going prime versus prime LeBron in the 90s, prime Jordan in the 2010s. We talking about a guy who was a more athletic and a better scorer and a better defender, pretty much a super Magic Johnson. So who in the 90s would have actually slowed LeBron down to where he wouldn't even be better than what he was then? I'm looking at it when you say, yeah, the lane is clogged up, but again, LeBron's strong. I can't name a small forward you can even compare or any player you compare in the 90s to LeBron. And as far as Jordan in the 2010s, yeah, his game, you can say he's more free to do what he wants in his game. But remember when Jordan started winning the championship, he started taking more mid-range jump shots. He wasn't going to the goal as much. So to me, he'll be a more decorated DeMar DeRozan. I'm not sure if because a lot of Jordan's success in the 90s, I want to say, was dedicated to team success. He was as far as an individual, when you look at stats, he's a better individual player before the championships. If we talking about him winning championships, being that type of Jordan in the 2010s, that I don't see why that would be better than LeBron in the 90s. LeBron in the 90s is a universal. I think that his style of play could fit in any era just because of the strength of he's get to the goal. And plus, he started developing a 3-point shot, but I'm not including that because that's when we talking about two different eras. We talking about two different versions of LeBron. I would say I'm using the Miami Heat LeBron, and I'm not gonna say he had a jump shot like that, but yeah, I think his game, especially in the 90s, it was get to the goal or mid range fadeaway. LeBron had that down the bag in his prime, so I would say he would be better in the 90s.
No, I guess what I'm saying is if we talking about Jordan for out of 6 years in the 90s, he averaged 30 four times, and the two times he didn't average 30, it was 28.9 or 28.8 and 28 point. I mean, I'm sorry, 29.8 and 28.7. So when it comes down to that, in the 90s, he won six scoring titles, and this is with the fact that he has less weapons on the offensive end in order to give him space, because it's easier to double off of Dennis Rodman than it is to double off of Chris Bosh. And the reason being because Chris Bosh can hit the open three. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, when it comes down to the people who were around Michael Jordan, even if we take Scottie Pippen into consideration, Scottie Pippen is not a great 3-point shooter. I think for his career, he's probably like a 33% 3-point shooter. So I'm saying we have to take into account that the way that they constructed LeBron's team, they've constructed LeBron's teams to where he had 40% 3-point shooters around him. And you open the lane up, and now he can drive the lane without being touched, and they allow him to be physical with the defender. So my thing is, so hold on, I'm gonna let you get you, but my
I'm
thing
just
is,
trying to figure out. Are you trying to? So I was using the player. I guess I wasn't putting a team. Are you putting the 90s Bulls into the
so no,
2010?
So no, I'm saying in general, when you were playing in the 90s, you would have LeBron James. You may have one good 3-point shooter on the court with LeBron James, and you would have other people who cannot shoot the three. You didn't typically have a bunch of good 3-point shooters. The way that they would do 3-point shooters, they would surround the 3-point shooters around a center. So like if you had Shaq or you had Olajuwon, and they would surround the 3-point shooters around them. But you had a traditional center in the game, and you would surround 3-point shooters around that. But when your team was built around a perimeter player, typically you had that perimeter player was if they was good at shooting threes or they wasn't, then you had a center and you had a power forward. Neither one of them could shoot threes, and you may have one or two other people who can actually shoot threes. I'm saying when you have that dynamic, you have less spacing. So when LeBron is going to the goal, which is his strength, and LeBron, I know he led the league in a couple years. He led the league in and ones. I think James Harden took over that because of how he plays the game. But LeBron, for a long part of his career, he led the league in and ones. If you have that dynamic where LeBron is now meeting more resistance at the goal than LeBron is and less spacing, he's going to struggle more than he would struggle with less resistance and in shooting. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's going to be trash. What I'm
Why would he
saying that
struggle more than Jordan?
no, what I'm saying is he's going to struggle. I'm saying both of them in the 2010s would be better than both of them in the 90s. It's not according to player, it's according to era. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying LeBron is playing in a league that is built for him to succeed. Michael Jordan was playing in a league that was built for a center to succeed. And I'm saying if we put Michael Jordan in a league that was built for him to succeed, Michael Jordan would do better and LeBron in the 90s would do worse. Just like if Michael Jordan was playing in the 2010s and went to the 90s, he would do worse. I'm saying both would do worse in the 90s, both would do better in the 2010s.
But that's not the question, though. Who will do better in the other era, though?
Again, listen to what I'm saying.
I know that,
But listen to it. Listen to it. Like process it. Both would do better in the 2010s. Both would do worse in the 90s. So the question is, who would do better in the other era? Because Michael Jordan did what he did in the era that he was in. He goes into an easy era, making him do better. LeBron goes into a hard era. In a harder era, based on his position, he would do worse. That's it. I'm still saying that according to if we stop basketball at year 2000, LeBron will be the GOAT. If we stop basketball before Michael Jordan stepped into the league, LeBron will be the GOAT. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying LeBron will be Charles Oakley. I'm not doing that. I'm not. No, but I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying LeBron will be Charles Oakley. And the disrespect that you saying LeBron will be Jordan would be DeRozan. That's like because we wouldn't say the same shit about Kobe. We wouldn't say Kobe would be DeMar DeRozan, would we? Will we? Exactly. So don't be disrespectful.
Kobe game way more evolved than Jordan. Stop.
Okay.
Stop. We seen that. We seen that.
Like,
why you bring up the GOAT?
32.9% from three and 32.7% from three. That's evolution. That's evolution. 32.9% from three and 32.7% from three. That's evolution. That's your evolutionary scale.
If you're gonna base everything off numbers, then you need to change the way you speak about it.
No, but I'm saying numbers don't lie.
This the thing.
People do. And Blizzy Blaze lies. Hey, listen, it's Sunday. I hope y'all had a great Sunday. You dig? We got Blizzy Blaze over here lying. He know he lying, but he got to defend his point. I applaud your effort. I know you got to defend your point, so defend it. Handle your business.
Okay, so that cop out shit. Oh, both to do better in 2010s and both do worse in the 90s. This is the thing. I'm gonna go straight to. I'm gonna answer the question. Who will do better in the 90s? LeBron will do better than Jordan in the 90s. As far as as far as what you look at, of course, LeBron, you can't say, "Oh, Jordan will be this better scorer," because Jordan always was a better scorer. We talking about overall player. LeBron would dominate the Niners more than Jordan would because LeBron game complements the Niners game better. And we talk about the 2010s. Guess what? LeBron James game complements the 2010s better also. LeBron James actually had the benefit of being in the league so long that he was in the transition of the 2000s to the 2010s. So that last bit, that 2000 to 2000, what, maybe 8, 9-ish, that still was a little roughhouse era of basketball. LeBron James went through that. Even though he don't like contact, he cries. He still powers through that. He gained muscle. I don't know why everybody sit there and glorify Jordan hitting the weights when Detroit beat him up, but LeBron turned to the Hulk in front of our very eyes, and we just like, oh, he's still crying. Like he putting on weight to put in the work. He transitioned from a roughhouse era to the 2010s. I'm not about to give Jordan credit and say, oh, just because the defense is more loose, he's gonna drop 40. Like that. If we talk about one thing that's fantasy, that's not facts, something that we can't prove, that is one fact we can't prove, that Jordan will be more of an assassin in this era. That's far from me known. Look at all the assassins in this era. You have Giannis, Steph, what? KD. I mean, I guess KD probably got the game, some of the game of Jordan, but KD's 7 foot tall. But no, I'm going with LeBron in the 90s. I'm not, and again, if you want to see me saying he was a glorified DeRozan, I'm strictly talking this year. DeRozan made it come up this year. He's an MVP candidate this year. I'm saying Jordan will be a better version of that. If you take that as disrespect, stop being sensitive. As far as your Kobe remark, Kobe is known as an all-around shooter, not just a mid-range shooter, not just a high jumper. His offense is known all around. Like that, the comparison to Jordan is more about his idol, not his game. He started adding more to his game.
So look, this is the thing that I don't like that you're doing, and don't do this because you are diminishing the podcast by spitting dumb shit. Like when it comes down to this, we're coming from, like, we have to come from an intelligent place. And by saying that Kobe's game is nothing like Jordan's game is like,
Evolve.
if I were watching this as a spectator, I would cut it off just because I just not heard the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my life. Like I would. So I'm just saying, like, I know you're emotional about this. So just don't get emotional. Like, keep it to facts, because
Can
Blizzy
I show
Blaze
you?
is the guy. Blizzy Blaze is the guy that brings the facts. That's what you say.
Can I show
So
you highlights that? Wait.
that's
Let me
what
ask
you
you
say.
something.
No, no, but I
Let
don't
me
want
ask
to
you
hear
something.
that,
Let me ask you.
because that's what.
Go.
No, but
No, I
no.
want
Then
you.
I'm gonna let you get you. I'm
Wait.
gonna let you. I'm
No.
gonna
We
let you
gotta
get
kill this
you.
topic. Wait.
I
Let me
know.
ask you this.
We got to kill
Let
this
me ask you
topic.
this.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Can I show you highlights of some things that Kobe do that Jordan didn't do? Just a yes or no.
Can you? No.
All right.
So
Andy,
so con, so con,
Andy,
so to con,
okay.
so to continue on. To continue on, when we're talking about LeBron, I'm gonna address your first point. So when we're talking about the hand checking rule, I want to say the hand checking rule
Overrated.
was, so the hand
Overrated.
checking. So the are you gonna let me finish, or are you gonna just
I just want
that's so
to
wait
know.
no,
I
I
just
want
want
to
people to
address.
know.
So no, I want to address this. This
I
is
just want
what
people
you
to know that
do.
shit overrated.
No, I'm saying this is what you do when you're losing. You try to interrupt me so I can't
No,
get my
you can
point
finish.
out.
You can finish.
No. So
I'm not about to
so
defend. No, I'm not about to defend hand checking on this episode. But I just want you to
no.
know that it's overrated.
So
Go ahead.
cool. So what I'm saying is, LeBron, the hand checking was basically abolished in 2000, the 2004-2005 season. That was the season that Steve Nash got his first MVP. LeBron was drafted in 2003. He played in 2003, 2004. So when it comes down to LeBron playing in the league, LeBron played in the league 1 year without with hand checking being a part of the league. If we look at the numbers, if we look at the numbers that the league scored, When it comes down to LeBron entering the league and hand checking going away, the numbers have steadily progressed. So I'm just saying, if we look at the numbers, looking at the numbers, they don't agree with your point. And what I'm saying is, the question was not who would do better in the 90s and who would do better in the 2010s. The question was, would LeBron do better in the 90s or would Jordan do better in the 2010s? That was the question. And what I'm saying is, universally, perimeter players would do better in the 2010s because the 2010s is more friendly to perimeter players. I'm not saying that LeBron would be trash in 2010s. I'm sorry, in the 90s.
We both agreed on that.
The reason why,
We both agreed on right.
and the reason why I'm saying that I can point to LeBron not being trash in the 2000 in the 90s is we can look at two players who have part of their games are similar to LeBron's. We can look at Magic Johnson. We can look at Charles Barkley. We can look at two players who played where Charles Barkley, he basically like ran to the goal and dunked on people, and posted people up who were smaller
I'm
than him.
disrespectful?
No. So wait, I compare LeBron to a Hall of Famer. You compare Jordan to a regular nigga, because DeMar DeRozan is not a Hall of Famer. So you compared the GOAT. Is DeMar DeRozan a Hall of Famer?
I bet he make it. Want bet he make it.
Is he a Hall of Famer? I'm asking Blizzy Blaze for his expert opinion. Is he a Hall of Famer?
The time DeMar DeRozan retired.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking.
He's going to be in the Hall of Famer. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
I asked you a yes or no question.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
All right, so folks, that's a no.
Going to be in the Hall of Fame.
So we can move on to the next subject, folks.
No, what the fuck? Come on, man, look at you.
Because you can't, because you can, because if it's a yes, it's a yes.
Stop. You did all that talking. You sit there and you brag on that overrated ass hand check, like, oh my gosh, like your people getting shot up at the fucking line. Hand check is just putting your hand on the opponent. Hand check ain't gonna stop no Kyrie handles, ain't gonna stop no LeBron from getting to the goal. Stop that. Stop it. LeBron was
never said that.
Jordan. Like that is the most ridiculous, overrated rule I heard in my life. Oh, hand checking. It was hand checking. That's overrated. Leave it at that. Now.
So why did the scoring go up when hand checking went away?
How about the players got better?
Just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So wait. Hear me out. When we talk about the best perimeter players of all time, skill wise, how many new school we name before we get to the old school players? How many old school players we name versus new school players? The new school is the better players. They're more skilled, more well-rounded. That's how the game goes. The game get better, son. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you can't say wait. You just asked me a question. Did you not just ask me a question?
Look, I want to.
No, wait. So wait. You got to let me know if these questions are rhetorical, because you really just asked me a question, and I'm about to answer your question. But your question was rhetorical.
Go ahead. Best guards all time.
So no, you asked me a question.
What was the question?
No, so what you asked me was when it came down to new school players versus old school players. And I was about to answer your question.
Go.
So when it comes down to new school players are allowed to do more than what old school players are allowed to do. When it comes down to a zero step, old school players cannot do that. What I'm saying is LeBron James in the 90s, in the 80s, 90s, when Michael Jordan played, if he were drafted in 84, just like Michael Jordan, they would call a lot more travels on him than they do. When it comes down to Kyrie Irving, if he was drafted in the 80s, they'll call a lot more carries, a lot more double dribbles. They are allowed to do way more than what they do. Would they be stopped? No, I'm not saying that they will be stopped. All these players will be great players in any era. And if they were drafted in the 60s, then they would look like magicians. I never said that they weren't. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, when you have space, what the hell are you doing? When
You're
you
making
have space,
my point. You're making my point.
No, I'm saying when you have space, and person works in space, they would thrive more than a person who works in congestion. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you cannot understand that, then I don't know what it is to talk about.
Let's just run through a few. Dennis Johnson will be better in the 2010s. Kevin Johnson will be better in the 2010s.
Yes.
And why? They'd be better scoring assassins or something?
Kevin Johnson would probably not Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson was more of a defender. So Kevin Johnson is probably one of the I don't know how many people have averaged
Kevin Johnson.
22.
Who Kevin Johnson be better than in your eyes?
No. So listen to what I'm saying, because you asked me a question. Kevin Johnson is probably one of, I don't know how many people have done this, but he's probably one of 5 or 6 people that ever average 22 and 11 in a season. Or I think it was 22 and 12. Like, I think Kevin Johnson is one of 5 players to ever do that. I think
he'd be better than Kyrie?
For a career?
No, as a player. You talking about player? You talking about basketball? I can't look at.
So wait. So pick somebody else. Pick somebody else, because you already know how I feel about Kyrie. Pick somebody else.
Would he be better than Clearly wouldn't be better than Luka. Clearly wouldn't be better than Steph, right? So we good on that, right?
Yeah, we good on Luka.
He wouldn't be better than Ja. He wouldn't be better than Ja. Ben Simmons? Would he be better than Ben Simmons?
That was the next person. That was the next person on your list.
I'm just going through names. Like, again,
no, I'm saying that was.
Hold up. Before
I'm saying that was the next person that you had on your list, because you're being.
I wasn't going by names. I'm saying that.
No,
I'm telling you that the game is better now. Point blank. Period.
No.
Like, that's Kevin Johnson be better than none of these news I named.
No,
I don't think Kevin Johnson be better than Trae Young.
Like, So wait, you think Kevin Johnson shouldn't be a Hall of Famer?
Whoa, did I say that?
No, I'm asking you a question. I just asked you a question.
He get the head nod. He can be Hall of Famer.
Okay. No, what I'm saying is, with us looking at the NBA, the players would be better in the two. So the question is, Kevin Johnson played in the 90s. Would you think that he would be better in the 2010s than he is in the 90s? Like, Kevin Johnson,
I don't see why he'll be better.
So no. Kevin Johnson. All right, cool.
Like, I don't see why. I don't see why. I don't see because
all right. That's fine. We can move on. What I'm saying. No, you're fine. No, wait, listen. You're fine. I asked you a question. You answered it. We can move on.
No, okay. So if Kevin Johnson the top 10 point guard in the 90s, I don't think he moves up to a top 5 point guard. That's what I'm saying.
That's not the question. I asked Kevin Johnson versus Kevin Johnson. So Kevin Johnson in the 90s versus Kevin Johnson in 2000. Kevin Johnson. So no, I'm saying. So I'm saying if Kevin Johnson was a 90, like, we're gonna give him a 2K rating. If Kevin Johnson was a 90 in the 90s, would he be a 90 in the 2000? Would he be a 91? Would he be a 92? If we giving him a 2K rating,
90.
All right, cool.
All right, now, last thing. So I understand the question because you made a statement earlier that made me sound like I completely was off. Explain the question. You're saying, would LeBron do better versus So are we saying LeBron versus the 90s versus LeBron 2010s? Are we saying that? Or are we saying, would LeBron do better than Jordan in the 90s? What are we putting LeBron against? LeBron against himself or LeBron against Jordan? I didn't get the question.
I was saying LeBron against himself. So LeBron in the 2010s. Okay. So LeBron against himself. But I don't think LeBron would be like. You think LeBron will win like 7-8 championships in the 90s?
That's the thing. I'm going by individual. I can't.
So that's my question. That's my question. So you think LeBron?
He wouldn't win 7. He wouldn't win 7 to 8 championships because I'm not sure how LeBron would treat the 90s. It's not like the 90s was. This is my squad. We're going to get better to go against you. LeBron don't play like that. So I'm not about to sit there and say he's going to win multiple championships. I'm going by individual player. I'm comparing Jordan to how I'm comparing LeBron to how Jordan was in the late 80s. Like, he was the best player in the league, but he wasn't winning championships. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. No. So, like, I give LeBron this. When it comes down to passing and getting people involved, LeBron, like, the double teams and triple teams that Michael Jordan faced, that would not work on LeBron as well as it did Michael Jordan. Like, I'll give LeBron that. My thing is, like, if you double LeBron or you triple LeBron, because those people are not standing at the 3-point line, it's easier to get back to your defender. So that's all I'm saying. Like, it's easier to cheat off people who are not a threat from the 3-point line. So when you put Chris Bosh at center and he's standing at the 3-point line, that means that you have to have your center go out there and guard Chris Bosh.
True.
You don't have a center that's going to do that, because when it comes down to Bill Cartwright, you could damn near stand in the lane and contest LeBron. That's what I'm saying. And it's like you're making it seem like I'm trying to disrespect LeBron. I'm saying no,
You
it's
do.
not. It's not. No, but it's not
I
about.
never said that.
It's not about. It's not about LeBron. It's about the era. It's about the era that they played in. So I'm saying, if we no, but
we never never said nobody be sad.
But listen to what I'm saying. If Jordan had played in the 2000s, and LeBron played in the 90s, and then we would ask the question, would Jordan do better in the 90s or would LeBron do better in the 2010s? The answer would be LeBron, because the era is more friendly to the player than the 90s. That's all I'm saying.
All right. And we supposed to move on, but you saying so many things that raise so many questions. You said LeBron be the GOAT until Jordan. You think Jordan after 20 would be the GOAT? Would Trump? So, all right. I'm trying to make sure I say this right, because longevity is one of the reasons they give LeBron this GOAT. He in a GOAT conversation. You think Jordan doing a 13-year career would actually put him above LeBron? You don't think he'll be in the LeBron spot of how people defending what LeBron did under what Jordan did?
Well, no, because the thing
like
is, assuming Jordan does the 13-year career, like assuming he does that, then I think LeBron, like, he surpassed Kareem before he did 10 years and he surpassed Kareem. So it wasn't the fact of longevity, it was the fact of dominance. That's really what it was. So according to the populace, Jordan was the GOAT when he retired in 93, according to the populace. So I'm saying after Jordan did 10 years in the league, won 3 championships, he was the GOAT, according to the populace. Now, we can still go, and once he came back and he won 3 more, like, that solidified it. But part of the reason why he retired was because he looked up to Magic and Bird, and neither one of them three-peated. So if we have him coming in the league looking up to LeBron and looking up to Kobe, who Kobe, who three-peated, then he has to surpass Kobe. So does he retire after he does it? Does he retire after he does a three-peat? Like, when it comes down to 2010s, there was not any real I won't say any real dynasties after he entered the league, because LeBron entered the league after Shaq and Kobe. After Shaq and Kobe didn't win any more championships when LeBron entered the league, because LeBron's first season was 2004, which that's when Detroit kind of broke them up. So I'm saying, like, there was no real dynasties in that time. So I'm saying Jordan is entering the league where he doesn't go against any dynasties. He's entering the league where the league is a little more softer, and we're gonna say that the league is more skilled. So he has more room to operate. So I'm just saying that all the tools are there for him to do better than what he did in the 90s. That's all I'm saying.
All right, we ain't about to go into Marvel's What If on this. Like, we can play What If all day. We got other topics to tend to. All right, so of course y'all know y'all feeling these topics. Y'all want to send some support. Y'all can donate to the Cashapp. Let them know. Look, here's an encyclopedia. Learn a little more about basketball. Because I think he do need some of these topics. He be bugging out sometimes, you know. That Jordan thing. He just watched Jordan and just said nobody else is better. It's wild. But look,
and that's not what you did with Kobe. But look, let me get so let me get all this real quick. So look, like and subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends. Get in on these debates, you dig. If you agree with me, comment, let us know. If you agree with Blaze, then let us know. Who tripping? Let us know. All right. One time we might have to bring you on the show for a debate. You did, because I'm about that life.
Oh yeah, anybody wants some smoke, I could school them. You know, any Jordan fan that with all that who crying about my takes on Jordan, any Magic fan, because I feel like Magic fans starting to get a little salty about my take.
I don't know what's wrong with you, but go ahead, keep going.
Nothing's wrong. He a top 10 player. What's wrong? What's wrong with that?
Hey, look, we not about to disrespect Magic, so let's go.
I know, top 10 player. Like, leave it at that. I don't know why everybody crying. That makes no sense.
I'm a DM EJ your address.
He not gonna pull up in this neighborhood. he'll catch me at work or something. He's not gonna pull up in my neighborhood. All right. So check it out. Let's get to the next topic. I don't know, man. We be going too heavy on some of these. Let's go straight to the what else. All right. So second picture that we're gonna talk about today, the bigger what if story. If y'all check out G's Instagram, the real Muscle Westbrook, there's a picture on there that has who's the bigger what if story. They had Penny Hardaway, they had Trace McGrady, they had Brandon Roy, they had Derrick Rose, and they had Grant Hill. Now we gave our top 5 to each other. That's not. I don't think we need to go through the top 5 because we just feel passionate about our number 1, right?
Yeah.
All right. So the train I passing through, so I guess I'll go first on this one. So out of those 5 players, I picked T-Mac. Now, Trace McGrady, to me, is one of the greatest scorers of all time. I think Trace McGrady is Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant was Kevin Durant. I'm thinking this dude was 6'9", 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", pulling up from 3, or maybe it was 6'8". Maybe 6'8". But yeah, he pulling up from 3, assassin going to the goal. Trace McGrady was a true threat. He was, to me, from 2001 to 2005, he was a top 5 player if he was healthy. And there was a thought in time where he could threaten Kobe and Tim Duncan for being the best player if he stayed healthy. Now, of course, they had a defense issue. He had defense like Kobe and Tim Duncan, but besides those two, after the decline of Shaq, well, I guess Shaq and AI still was in that conversation too, but T-Mac definitely was in that top 5. And I think we had more evidence of T-Mac being a threat to being one of the best players in the league over the other players. I'm going to let you defend your guy, but yeah, T-Mac was a scoring assassin. I think I covered most of it. Even Kobe said if T-Mac would have stayed with Vince Carter, I'd been a threat for championships. So.
All right, so look, no shade to T-Mac, no shade to T-Mac at all. The thing about T-Mac, and we can go with the great Kobe Bryant. What he said is, T-Mac can do everything that I can do, but he's 6'8" or he's 6'9". Because I know he was listed at 6'9" when he entered the league at probably, I think he was like 18 years old. So it's fair to believe that he could have gotten up to 6'9" or 6'10" because Kevin Durant was 6'8" when he entered the league. So we can look at him as, T-Mac was Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant. My thing is, like, we saw more evidence of T-Mac being who he was, where T-Mac was a top 5 player, in T-Mac, or arguably a top 5 player, because they had other people that had arguments. But yeah, T-Mac was he was definitely in that conversation. He was definitely in that conversation, and he might have been 5th. My thing is, Derrick Rose is the youngest MVP that we've ever had, and deservingly so. And a great thing about Derrick Rose is he's humble. So when I look at his mentality, like, Derrick Rose just want to hoop. That's just what he want to do. He just want to hoop. And like, when we look at like his athleticism, like his bounce, what he wants to do, everything that all the weaknesses in his game, he could have improved on. Like, if we look at T-Mac T-Mac really got injured at about 27. So entering his prime, right? D Rose got injured at 24. So a much shorter time window that we gonna give. So I definitely think that Derrick Rose is the biggest what if, because if we really look at T-Mac, like, and no disrespect to T-Mac, because I'm not going to do like Blaze does and compare him to a non-Hall of Famer. I think T-Mac is
the Rose going to the Hall of Fame.
T-Mac is closer to Melo than he is to Durant. So I just think that the way that T-Mac's career played out or would have played out. I know
I was talking about style of play, yeah.
I know, but I'm talking about highest career, his success and everything like that when it comes down to his career. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, when it comes down to T-Mac when healthy is still haven't got out the first round of the playoffs. Like, T-Mac as a contributing member of a team has not got out the first round of the playoffs. And the only time that we can say that he got out the first round of the playoffs is when him and Yao Ming was hurt, and I want to say when he played on the Spurs and he didn't play a minute. So it's just like when we look at Derrick Rose, the room for improvement for Derrick Rose was so much greater, and the things that he could have improved on was easier to work on, like defense and three-point shooting and different things like that, because he had all the gifts. Whereas T-Mac, like, the gifts were more apparent because we saw more of him. He got drafted out of high school, and he played until he was 27. So we probably got a good 8 years of him. Whereas Derrick Rose, we got probably like, he won MVP in his third year. In his fourth year, he got hurt. So if we saying biggest what if, we definitely got to go with Derrick Rose for the biggest what if. If the question is who was the best player, or who would have been the best player had they met their potential in a what if scenario, because that's what we're doing right now. In a what if scenario, I still think it's Derrick Rose. So I think, but again, it's a what if. So no disrespect to T-Mac.
All right. So first of all, let me apologize to the Jordan fans who are all fucking mad about the fucking DeMar DeRozan comment. Fine.
Listen, we on a whole nother topic.
Wait. I looked it up. The power's a little fucked up. So I'm gonna just say Kawhi Leonard, then. He'll be a glorified Kawhi Leonard. That's better?
Hey, we on another subject. Let's go. Come on.
I don't need you being your feelings. I'm asking, is that better?
No, I'm saying if we gonna say he was a Kawhi Leonard with a 48, if he was a Kawhi Leonard with a 48-inch vertical and a 4.3 speed, yeah, go ahead. Come on, go ahead.
Is that better? Okay.
So we saying Kawhi Leonard with a 48-inch vertical and 4.3 speed.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, cool.
When I say that, okay, Jordan will be a amazing two-way player, but don't dedicate around a 3-point shot.
Listen. Yeah.
Look,
we're on another topic.
Stop.
Show T-Mac his love.
You all right?
We're not talking about Jordan.
Are you okay?
We're not talking about Jordan.
Are you okay?
We're not talking about Jordan.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I think.
Are you accepting an apology?
Listen.
Are you accepting an apology? Listen. Look.
You have a chance to rebound right now.
Are you okay?
I'm saying you feeling like Uzma. I'm saying you feel like Uzma last night when your boy kicked him in his shit. Listen.
Wait, Usman lost?
Did he?
You lying.
Did he?
Usman lost.
Bruh, go look it up. Hey, it looked bad. My
Usman lost.
Listen. I think they have a rematch. Your boy gonna get him. But last night,
now,
and from what I hear, because I ain't see the fight, I ain't gonna act like I saw it.
I know he lost.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's how you acting right now. You like
look, wait, hold up. No, the thing is, let me be a man about my mistakes. I did Jordan wrong, so I'm giving him a better player, a Hall of Famer, first ballot, and I'm saying he's gonna be better than that. Two-way player. Who else you gonna say? A two-way player who don't dedicate around 3-point. There you go.
Cool, but I'm saying we on T-Mac and D Rose now.
Cause you threw your shot out there. You threw the shot. You threw the
I
shot.
did.
You said that. Yeah.
Now
So
you won't go.
so
Now you won't see the view.
I
Now
had
you
to
won't
figure
see
out
the
what was
video.
wrong. I'm like, wait, why he keep getting mad about these shots? Let me go check and see what's up. So now I see what's up. My back. That's my back. Okay. Glorify Kawhi Leonard. So anyway, so as far as T-Mac, I don't really got too much left on T-Mac, but this where I see where you went wrong at. You said Derrick Rose, quote unquote, just want to hoop. The problem is that mentality really don't get you to be one of the best players in the league. I get Kevin Durant say that shit. He just say that because he don't want to do the media shit. Kevin Durant hungers to be the best player. You're right, Derrick Rose demeanor is let me ball out. I don't think Derrick Rose would have stepped up on defense with Jimmy Butler and Joakim Noah on his team. So I think he was good where he was at. As far as maybe add more to his skill, I believe he would have been more of a facilitator, add more to his game. But I don't think he had the hunger to try to rival LeBron, D-Wade, Kevin Durant, even Westbrook wasn't there at the time. Neither was Steph. I'm not sure who was there at the time in the 2010s, early 20s. I forget. Okay. I don't know. All right, but as far as
I'm gonna help you out. So we talking about, if we're looking at Westbrook, we talking about Westbrook, D Wade, Steph, John Wall was a guy. We had CP3. Just talking about point guards. Kobe was just out of it, but you had D Wade, LeBron.
Actually, yeah, 2011 Kobe was still a top 10 to me.
No, Kobe was, but I'm saying 2012 because he got hurt in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just moving the timeline along. So
but all those
Kobe
guys
wouldn't have been.
All those guys had the hunger to stay at the top. I think Derrick Rose was cool with being just. I don't know. And that's the problem. I didn't see enough of him to see that. Okay, he's hungry. Like Steph gives the same demeanor as Derrick Rose, but Steph, we've seen enough of Steph to see that when he gets to that point, he gets hungry. He wants to win. T-Mac issue wasn't the fact he wasn't hungry enough. T-Mac just couldn't stay healthy. 4 names come to my mind when I think of T-Mac, of being a T-Mac way of being the best player in the league. Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. I didn't name Vince Carter and these other guys, but those 4 names always stayed above T-Mac to me. Maybe he battled with AI every now and then once AI kind of fell off, but Shaq, Kobe, and Tim Duncan was always above him. But they all had the hunger to be the best. I know Tim Duncan probably had a Tim Duncan mentality, but yeah, that was T-Mac issue, and I think he would have stayed there. It's hard to say what he would have landed at if he would have stayed healthy, but I think he would have been in that top 5 a little bit longer. And I don't think D Rose would have been in the top 10. That's just personal opinion.
No,
Again, we're gonna have
and
to
that's
have
the
one.
and look, that's the thing. It's fair. So what you're saying is fair to say. It's fair to say that just because like we saw more T Mac. I'm just saying like if we're looking at T Mac, T Mac had got to what he was going to be, right? He has got to where he was going to be, where he was going to be a top 5 player. I'm saying that Derrick Rose had far further to go because he was only 24 years old when he got hurt. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, if we're looking at Russell Westbrook, right?
Oh, okay. So you saying you want more? As far as what if you think they had
I'm thinking
more to explore with Derrick Rose?
right. Because
Okay.
I'm saying with Derrick Rose, because he was younger, right? Derrick Rose was younger, and he would have been like if we're saying Russell Westbrook with a 3-point shot, I'm saying if Derrick Rose would have been able to develop that. Like that would have been something that was deadly because he was Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook. Like we can put him and Russell Westbrook on the same level. Obviously, Russ a better 3-point. Russ a better rebounder. Russ is probably one of the best rebounders as a guard that we've ever seen. But we can put like far as offensive game in the same realm. But I'm saying if we talking about working on your game to make sure that you are winning, because that's what he cared about was winning. Like being able to shoot the 3. being able to be a better defender. Those are things that he could have worked on. He could have got better. And his prime would have been at 27 because that's when your skill and your athleticism is at its peak. He hadn't got a chance to get there. T-Mac did. T-Mac got a chance to get there. So it's just like, how long is that sustained? So when it comes down to T-Mac, could you have sustained that? Could you have sustained that prime from 27 to 32 to 34 years old? And that's the what if for T-Mac. We don't think T-Mac would have been better than what he was, where he was at. It's just like the level that he was at. If he would have sustained it over a course of a series, could he have rivaled Kobe? And the thing is, did he want to rival Kobe? Because one of the stories that Kobe talks about how him and T-Mac were at some kind of, I don't know what they was doing, Team Olympics or whatever like that. I don't know what they was talking about, but they was just chilling. Them two was talking. And he was talking to T-Mac and was like, man, T-Mac was going downstairs to work out. And Kobe was like, man, we don't work out in the off season. We don't do all that. And T-Mac was like, oh, okay, I'm not, well, cool. I'm a chill. And then he goes downstairs and he sees Kobe working out. And it was like, he just talked me out of working out. And then he went to do it. So I'm saying when it comes down to T-Mac, was it really there? And I'm not gonna say like he wasn't hungry to win. I'm not gonna say that because obviously T-Mac wanted to win. That's what he did. That he's playing basketball for a reason. But I'm saying the way that Derrick Rose he's not about the flashy stuff. Like we saw, like Derrick Rose was so uncomfortable when they were at the All-Star game and he started dancing. Like Derrick Rose was uncomfortable with certain shit. So I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to hooping, that's just what he wants to do. He just wants to hoop. So that's why I'm saying that Derrick Rose had more potential when he got hurt, and his mentality for him playing the game is conducive of him being a better player. That's it. But if we going by basically who was a better player when he got hurt, it's definitely T-Mac.
I see what you're saying. I still think the better would have story for Derrick Rose would have been the Bulls versus the Miami Heat, not Derrick Rose as the player. But
yeah,
all right, we can kill that. I see you throw my dog in there, So I guess we go straight to that. My dog Russ. So Blizzard Blaze, of course. This is where you got it from when I said that?
So wait. Pause. Let's make sure that we go over the YouTube stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. If you agree with me, put it in comments below. You rocking with Derrick Rose. If you agree with Blaze,
the right answer.
Put T-Mac, you dig? But let's get in on a conversation and make sure that we and if you have a different whatever, comment that name. All right, so let's
yeah. They also have Brandon Roy, Grant Hill, and Penny Hardaway. Also, if you have any other names that you want to throw in there, Rudy Gay, that'd be my pick. But if that's how y'all want to roll, put up whatever y'all want in the comments. My dog had a back injury, man. Got robbed out all NBAs, man.
Man, the boy robbed the NBA.
After what Kyrie and Kevin Durant doing, you better not accuse nobody of robbing nobody. That poor Brooklyn owner, I feel bad for that man. He probably gave all these dudes all that money. Look how they treat me,
bro.
All right, I'm assuming that this topic came from my wild trade scenario.
Yeah. This topic definitely came from you. Wild in last episode. This definitely came from you.
I'm not wilding. I'm thinking smart. I'm thinking advanced. But I get it. Now, to be clear, I'm playing public defender on this one. Oh damn! He just walked out the courtroom. I don't mean to scare people like that, y'all. I mean, I know I got the Annalise Keys and Olivia Pope vibe, but I didn't mean to make them run, y'all. So check it out. Blizzy Blaze threw out a trade scenario and said the Pelicans could trade CJ and Devontae Graham for Russell Westbrook. Of course, this faker, the real Muscle Westbrook, he disagrees. He think that trade would have been out of here a long time ago if it was, but I think there's something. I think there's more context to it. So I'm gonna let you speak, and then I'm gonna play the public defender because I ain't gonna say nothing yet. I'll let you go first since you wanted to make this a topic, and then I'll rebuttal you. The floor is yours.
All right, so so all right, so basically what we're looking at is we're looking at the players. Who would you rather, CJ McCollum or Russell Westbrook? And I'm gonna look at this from a Lakers perspective. If we have LeBron James handle the ball for most of the Lakers tenure, tenure, and CJ McCollum is a 40% 3-point shooter. So if we have LeBron James handling the ball, and we have CJ McCollum being a 40% 3-point shooter, the Lakers will rather CJ McCollum than they would rather have Russell Westbrook. Now, if the Pelicans were interested in this trade, then the Pelicans can trade CJ McCollum for Russell Westbrook without any rotational pieces. So they can actually trade CJ McCollum, Willie Hernan Gomez, and this guy who got hurt the entire he was hurt the entire season. So not Herb Jones, not Alvarado or anybody of any consequence. They can trade them for Russell Westbrook straight up. They're not doing that because they feel like they're better off with CJ, and for a good reason, because Russell Westbrook is useless without the ball. If he doesn't have the ball in his hand, he's useless. So when Brandon Ingram has the ball, then you don't have to guard Russell Westbrook because he's not a threat from the three. If Russell Westbrook and Zion Williamson has a pick and roll, then just fall back to the goal, because both of them have to score at the goal. So it does not make sense. Like, which of them gonna hit a three? Neither one of them gonna hit a three. So basically, what we're looking at is
Zion.
So basically, we have the Lakers that would be better off with CJ, and the Pelicans would be better off with CJ. So if I'm taking anybody, it would be CJ over Russ in 2022. I think Russ is definitely a Hall of Famer. So we could talk about his triple doubles and all this other stuff that he did 5 years ago, but that's not relevant right now.
2 years ago, sir. Let's keep it clear. Let's keep it factual. Don't fuck over the point guard. If I may, let me stop. That do belong to Chris Paul. I'm not gonna play with Chris Paul like that. All right, so Russ. Now, to defend my dog Russ. Number one, CJ never led a team nowhere. CJ never been a leader of a team. CJ been the second best on a team that was a no threat to nothing. So, no disrespect to CJ, but you do fit New Orleans better at the moment because you were the key piece that turned the Pelicans around. The Pelicans would be idiots to break up that chemistry. But if you change that around, if they're not doing too good, what better point guard to have than Russell Westbrook? Steven Adams, you been hearing about him lately? Oh, why not? Oh, that's because he ain't with Russell Westbrook no more. Again, Paul George, till this day, Deontay Wilder said it? To this day, his best season was under Russell Westbrook. Bradley Beal didn't make the playoff until Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook didn't miss the playoffs until he went from first or second option to third option. When he went to third option, he had to go in a whole new role. So I can't judge Russ just yet. If I want to judge Russ, I'll wait till I actually see him this year. I would judge Russ this year. He's still looking goof as hell this year, okay, you got me. You won. But now that he's officially okay, you're the third wheel. We're not depending on you. We looking at you as a role player. Then let's see how he plays. I'm not judging that. Yeah, neither one. You're right. Neither team need to have Russell Westbrook right now. But if the Pelicans struggle, I think they can use Russell Westbrook. If the Lakers actually have a system in place, Russell Westbrook will flourish. I think we're going to get to the top trios, and I think Russell Westbrook is still going to contribute to the Lakers. Like you asking a star player who led his team to be a third wheel. It's tougher than what you think.
So no, I'm just saying, like,
he didn't
when
miss
it
the
comes
playoffs until he got to LA.
Okay, so we're going about 2022, 2023 season. So in the upcoming season, you would rather have CJ McCollum than Russell Westbrook. That's just what it is. And if you didn't, I'm saying when it comes down to Russell Westbrook having an expiring contract, then that plays more in your favor than anything else, because you can get rid of trash. Because you can get rid of trash. Then
Pelicans.
This is about the Pelicans.
Why would they do
that? I'm saying, who would you rather have? So if we talking about the Pelicans,
CJ.
I would. So listen to what I'm saying, because you trying to interject, because I know you know that I know I'm submitting facts. So when it comes down to the dynamic that the Pelicans have, we have Brandon Ingram, who is a great ISO scorer. Brandon Ingram needs the ball in his hand in order for him to be able to operate. As much as Russell Westbrook needs the ball in his hand, that's going to take away from Brandon Ingram. That's just what it is. When it comes down to Zion Williamson, we need Zion Williamson to be with somebody who can actually shoot, because either you're gonna double CJ at the 3-point line on that, or you're gonna fall back. So you got to leave one of them open. That's just how the pick and roll works.
Did you watch Zion?
Yeah, I watched Zion.
Zion shoots.
All right, what is he doing from the 3-point line? Is it like how many threes is he making a game? Like, because we just throwing shit out there, like.
Yeah, you are. You saying that we're gonna do pick and roll while CJ sit on the 3-point line?
No, I'm saying we're gonna have a Zion Williamson CJ pick and roll. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's just what it is.
Who pick and roll you think would be better, Zion and CJ or Zion and Russ?
Zion and CJ. Like, yeah, because
you're delusional. You're delusional.
I'm not. I'm saying that's how math works. I'm just saying, like, if you have Zion Williamson, who does not shoot threes, and you have Russell Westbrook, who does not shoot threes, and you have both of them.
Pick and roll don't have them do threes.
No, I'm saying it has something to do with shooting. So when it comes down to them, it does. But I'm saying
that's pick and pop.
No, so if you have the roller, if you have the man who's controlling the ball and he can shoot threes, then you have to kind of double him at the 3-point line. If he can't shoot, then you can fall back with the pick man, because you can guard both. So you go under. So I'm saying you go. So I'm saying if you go under, I'm saying with Russ, if you go under the pick every single time with Zion and Russ, you're fine, because both of them, when it comes down to shooting the three, they're both 29% from three.
So let me get this straight. LeBron and AD pick and roll was so vicious because one of them could shoot.
It was good because one of them could shoot. Yes.
Karl Malone and John Stockton because one of them could shoot.
Yes.
That's
yes, because Karl Malone Because Karl Malone can shoot the mid-range.
Russell Westbrook and Steven Adams.
How much did they score off of that? Because Russell Westbrook and Steven. Go ahead.
What do you want to know about that year?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. That was what year? 2016, 17, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So they combined for 42 points a year a game.
And Russ was 34% from three, so which was respectable. I think that was his best year from three.
So what we talking about? You always need to shoot. Like picking. You think of pick and pop, pick and roll.
I'm not thinking. So pick and pop is when the pick man can shoot. So if you have Luka and you have Porzingis, that's the pick and pop. Pick and roll is when the roll man goes to the goal. What I'm saying is Zion is a roll man and he's going to go to the goal, but Russ is also going to go to the goal because that's where he's a threat from.
That's a pick and roll.
Yeah, but I'm saying pick and pop is where Porzingis or whoever is the pick man, they fall out. So you have, yes, that's how pick and roll. That's how this works. So listen,
pick and roll works as one of them could shoot. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's kind of how that works.
It doesn't. Yeah. Apparently, Russ can't shoot his whole career, but all he score off of is pick and rolls.
I never said that's all he scores off of. Like
I'm telling you,
Russ. I'm saying Russ has speed, so he can. Russ had speed.
Okay.
So Russ had speed.
Zion has speed.
He does.
So why the pick and roll wouldn't work? Because one of them can't shoot.
No, I'm saying the pick and roll with CJ would work better because you can't go under. So when it puts you in a disadvantaged position when it comes down to guarding Zion because you have to go over the pick. So with you going over the pick, that puts you in a position where Zion is already under you, and if you throw the ball high enough, Zion is going to catch it and dunk on whoever is at the goal.
So Russ averaged 7 assists for the Lakers last year.
Okay.
I don't want to kill CJ. CJ average, you could say six assists with the Pelicans. I'm trying to figure out
what's the turnovers for both of them.
Turnovers, CJ at 2. Russ is at 3. 3.8.
I'm about to say 4. Is it 4? But look.
No point to that. I figured that.
I'm about to say about 4.
It had nothing to do with that.
I figured it was about 4.
My point is, look, I'm gonna give my closing point because I'm not about to defend this because it's ridiculous to me. If I was the Pelicans, I wouldn't make the trade because you got chemistry going on. I believe heavily in chemistry. But if CJ was in his 4th year with the Pelicans and they still in the same spot, I would make that trade immediately. If I was the Lakers, yeah, because I have a superstar who's not willing to be a 3rd star. So yeah, I would trade Russell Westbrook in a heartbeat because he's not willing to be the 3rd star of the team. Okay, fine. Like that don't change nothing about who the player is. Russell do better than CJ in New Orleans, but you won't mess up a chemistry experiment. That's all it is. That's why you think they don't want to trade Brandon Ingram for Kevin Durant. It's a chemistry experiment. You got something good going on here. Why bring Durant in? Why mess that up?
But it's at this point in their career, the person who can give you the most value, or the person who's the most valuable right now is going to be the person who's the most valuable right now on the trade market. On the trade market is going to be CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm saying again. I told you how the Pelicans can get Russell Westbrook versus they can give Willie Hernan Gomez, who does not play, and they can get another person, and they can give another person who does not play. I'm saying
you don't mess up.
So I'm saying when it comes down to Russell Westbrook, the things that people are demanding that they give if they take on Russell Westbrook is the fact that they give 2 first-round picks. The Lakers are not willing to give 2 first-round picks. It's not the fact that they're not willing to give Westbrook. Westbrook has been in every single trade scenario that there can be. The latest trade scenario that they have is Miles Turner and Buddy Hield for Russell Westbrook in 2 first-round picks. We know this, all right? The thing that the Lakers are begrudgingly giving up is the second first-round pick. They'll give for Kyrie Irving, they'll give a first and a second, but they won't give away 2 first-round picks. So the thing that's blocking the trade is the 2 first-round picks. So again, Russell Westbrook is.
You said that for what?
What I'm saying is Russell Westbrook is not valuable when it comes down to the trade market. Is he? Maybe he's a better individual player than CJ McCollum. If we're talking about, if we talking about playing one-on-one, but if you want to win basketball games in NBA, then
CJ not the answer.
I would rather have CJ McCollum than Russell Westbrook. If you're saying that neither one of them will win you a championship, cool. But I'm saying I would rather have CJ McCollum than Russell Westbrook. Now, if you agree with, it's not personal feeling, you know what I'm saying? I'm going by facts. But and that's the facts is that CJ McCollum can play off the ball where Russell Westbrook can't.
Doesn't matter.
But
who can do more wins? Russ.
But if you agree with me, then put in the comments CJ. If you agree with Blaze, put in the comments Russ.
The thing is,
like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, let's keep it going. Go ahead.
Top 10 trios. Who you got?
So wait. Pause right here. Pause right here. I got give me like 20 minutes. I'm gonna come back.
20 minutes?
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna come back.
Oh, what?
Yeah, in the episode, I'm gonna come back in about 20 minutes.
All right.
All right.